One lap indicator coming on the field next by Chip Heintzelman in 88. Kayla Schuler 27. Fast qualifiers deep in the field. The fast qualifier just coming out of turn 2 as the front row enters turn 3. Track record tonight for Brian Janes. He's won the points. He will be your 2013 track champion. Matt Janes looks like he'll finish second. Tough way to end the season for Bob Masters in the 0 car, missing the last 2 races of the year. Will tumble him down through the points. So who's it going to be getting the last feature win of the year? So far here at Bearfield Speedway, Brian Janes has dominated when he's run this class. 8 of 10 features he's run in that number 26 car, he's won. Brother Matt Janes has a win. Bob Masters not here, won the Gold Cup. Ryan Spillers in 38, Jacob Bradley 16, all with wins. We're green, we're racing, we're already 3 and 4 wide. The Vore's Compact Touring Series and Bearfield Speedway front wheel drives, 4 wide into turn number 1. Look at the scramble down the backstretch, give the lead to Kayla Schuler. Look out, down the backstretch, Mike Keener out of shape, collects Poffenberger, big pile up down the backstretch. Whole bunch of cars involved, 1 car into the tires in the infield. Might have been Steve Vores in the 07. We're trying to figure out who's where. Big pile up. Poffenberger was back there in the pile. The 114 of Mark Jennings is in there. 37 of Keener. Chris Jennings in the 6. 85 Phil Iliff was the one that got into the tires in the infield. Keith Barker Jr. 1X. 38 Ryan Spillers. 26 is Brian Janes. Brian Redmond 77. Jacob Bradley 16. Tom Bigelow 4, Don Bigelow 40, and out and back on the restart, Mike Keener in 37 able to go again. Back underway, in trouble right away. Barrett in the 18 gets turned. He takes a run through the infield. Thought he was going to get the light pole. Makes a ring around the Rosie on the light pole. Looks like he's going to continue. We stay green. Kayla Schuler, the race leader. Barrett back on the racetrack after a little drive through the infield. Kayla Schuler leads lap 1 of the Vore's Compact 4-wheel drive feature. Around the outside comes Kenny Spillers in car 67. The number 20 right behind him is Ryan Barrett. Kenny Spillers, new leader. Ryan Barrett second. Kayla Schuler back to third. Then Terry Lee fourth. Heintzelman in the 18. The 88 make that. Kenny Spillers, car number 67S with the race lead over the number 20. Of Ryan Barrett. Trouble in turn number 4. 67, Kenny Spillers, and then Josh Miller and 46 get together. And now they continue to rock'em sock'em robot here on the front stretch. And that will be the end of both of them for at least the night and maybe longer. So Kenny Weibold, the K-Dub car, and Josh Miller, the 46, have just ended their seasons. Terry Lee, 93. Rich Jackson, an 8. Chip Heintzelman, 88. Ryan Spillers, 38. Keith Barker, the 1X. 26, Brian Janes. Matt Janes in 4. Jacob Bradley in 16. We're back to green. Crazy, crazy night. Ryan Barrett down the backstretch. Fast qualifiers look like they've had enough of this. They're trying to sort themselves through the field quicker than usual. Now it's Ryan Spillers gets tagged by Terry Lee. They keep going. That's why the fast qualifiers are trying to move up. Some of the guys out there racing like they got a chance to make the chase. Of course, they might. We don't know. Ryan Barrett with the lead. Joe Jennings second. Ken Spillers in third. Terry Lee still hard on the charge in 93. Ryan Spillers works up the inside, picks up fourth around Kayla Schuler. Matt Janes takes matters into his own hands on the 93 of Terry Lee. Gives him a nice hip check into the board in turn number 1. Brian Redmond trying to work his way back up through the field. Barrett the leader over Jennings. The Vore's guys showing the way right now. Spillers second and third. Ryan Spillers cuts to the inside, drives around Kenny Spillers, brings Brian Janes with him. For the race lead, Joe Jennings drives to the inside of Ryan Barrett. Give the lead over to Joe Jennings in car number 8. Barrett back to second. Matt Janes trying to carve his way up through traffic along with the 1X of Keith Barker. Barker driving up to 6th place. On the charge up the inside comes Matt Janes. Race lead, Joe Jennings. Still with the lead is Joe Jennings, but up the inside trying to come on by is Brian Janes. Brian Janes slices through traffic, takes over the race lead. The Dreamsicle back out in front. That car is for sale. You could jump right into a proven winner. Janes coming up through traffic, takes over the lead. Jennings runs second. Spillers runs third. Matt Janes runs in fourth. Ryan Barnett fifth. Then Keith Barker and Jacob Bradley. Good fight for second between Joe Jennings and the 838 Ryan Spillers. Then Matt Janes back in fourth place. Keith Barker on the charge. Comes up the inside of Ryan Barrett. Brings the 16 of Jacob Bradley with him. They both pick up a spot. Try to take you back through the field. The race lead is that silver and orange, the Dreamsicle 26 of Brian Janes. Red and white 38 of Ryan Spillers runs second. Matt Janes comes up the inside, tries to take third away from the 8 of Joe Jennings. Give Matt Janes third in 4, then Joe Jennings 8. Keith Barker in the 1X is fifth. 16, Jacob Bradley runs 6th place. Bradley on a move to the inside, going to take 5th away from Barker. Ryan Barrett 7th in car 20. Then 8th is the 67S of Ken Spillers. 9th still, Kayla Schuler in the 27. 10th, Brian Redmond in 77. 11th would be the 18 of Nick Barrett. Then 12th, the black number 8 of Chris Jackson. Terry Lee 13th in 93. 14th to 37 of Mike Keener. 15th a lap down, the 4 of Tom Bigelow. 16th, also a lap down, Chip Heinzelman in 88. That takes you all the way back through the field. And behind them, the number 40 of Don Bigelow. Believe that's 16th place. "16 cars remain of the 25 that were scheduled to start. We lost a bunch of them on the first lap. Good fight for 9th, 10th, and 11th as they come out of turn number 2. Kayla Schuler in 27 runs 9th. 77 of Brian Redmond. Nick Barrett in 18. 8 Chris Jackson, all trying to move the lady out of the top 10 as down the backstretch, Brian Janes comes up on the back of the lead pack. Good fight now for second as well. 38 Ryan Spillers, 4 Matt Janes, 16 of Jacob Bradley. A three-way dance for second place behind leader 26, Brian Janes. Kayla Schuler in 27 gets shuffled back to 10th. May lose that spot. Keith Barker runs 5th in the 1X. Joe Jennings 6th in car number 8. They get separated now from the field. Halfway through, race leader still Brian Janes. Fight for second place. Here comes Matt Janes and the number 4 up the inside, looking to take that spot away from Ryan Spillers as they hit lap traffic back in turn 1. 93 of Lee, 37 Keener ahead for Janes. Janes has to check up. Spillers down the backstretch. Now Spillers runs out of racing track. Lap traffic all around. Janes trying to get out from behind Keener. Around the outside comes 16 Jacob Bradley, and also this 1X of Barker up into the fight. Brian Janes down the backstretch, puts a lap on the 27 of Kayla Schuler. Breaking from the lap traffic, Ryan Spillers runs second in the 38. Here comes the 16 of Jacob Bradley, then the 4 of Matt Janes. 1X Keith Barker as they all got scrambled through traffic. 3 wide out of turn number 2 through lap traffic goes Brian Janes. Puts another lap on Donnie Bigelow in the 40. Also lapping around Nick Barrett in the 18 and the 67S of Kenny Spillers. Eight cars left in the lead lap. 26 Brian Janes closing in on 8th place. Brian Redmond looking to take him off the lead lap now. Redmond, the 77. Handling problems on that one as he got off the top of turn 4 in that earlier accident. Backed it up into the tires. Definitely messed up the rear end geometry. Brian Janes off turn 4. He'll lap the 8th place car. Long way back. Second is that red and white 38 of Ryan Spillers. Then the black 16 of Jacob Bradley. The black and blue 4 of Matt Janes. And the green and black 1X of Keith Barker. That's second, third, and fourth. They race down the backstretch around traffic. 14 to go unofficially. The leaders continue to work through traffic. Matt Janes gets boxed behind Kayla Schuler. That lets Keith Barker and the 1X pick up fourth. Janes back the inside, tries to retake that spot down to turn 3 and 4. Yellow number 8 of Joe Jennings runs in 6th place. 7th is that orange number 20 of Ryan Barrett. That's the last car unofficially on the lead lap. Almost a half lap lead for Brian Janes. Out front running away with this one. Looking to become, I believe, the first local driver to win a Vores race here at Baer Field. The out-of-towners have always come in and won this one. But Janes having a dream season in the Dream Sickle. Out front with a big lead. Take you back through the field again. It's Janes in 26 with the lead. Second to 38 with 10 to go. Ryan Spillers. Third, the 16 of Jacob Bradley. Fourth, the 1X of Keith Barker. Fifth is 4, Matt Janes. Sixth place would be the 8 of Joe Jennings. Seventh, Ryan Barrett in car 20. Eighth, a lap down, would then be the 77 of Brian Redmond. Unofficially, 9th a lap down would be the 18 of Nick Barrett. Unofficially, 10th, the 67S of Kenny Spillers. 11th, the 27 of Kayla Schuler. 12th, the 8 of Chris Jackson. Those cars all 1 lap down. Everyone else is 2 or more. Next up, I believe, would be the 93 of Terry Lee, then the 37 of Mike Keener. Those now 2 down. Unofficially 3 laps down. The 40 of Don Bigelow, the 4 of Tom Bigelow, and the 88 of Chip Heinzelman. The 8 car, Chris Jackson up the front stretch, gets by the 27 of Kayla Schuler, and Kayla Schuler heads for the pits. Tough break for heat race winner Kayla Schuler, dropping off in this, what has turned into front-wheel drive enduro. After we got going, they're going green to checker. Brian Janes coming up through more traffic. Has now lapped 7th place Ryan Barrett and comes up on 6th place Joe Jennings. Barrett looking to lap the last of the Vores cars, still on the lead lap. Off turn 4, Joe Jennings about to go a lap down to Brian Janes. Janes flares around the outside. He'll take him down off turn number 2. 5 cars left in the lead lap. Janes with a full half lap lead. Off turn 4 comes your race leader, the 26 of Brian Janes. Again, second place is in the middle of the backstretch. Now side by side for second. The red and white 38 of Spillers, the black 16 of Jacob Bradley. They come around the 93 of Terry Lee side by side back to 1. And Spillers able to hang on to that spot. Now Matt Janes comes up the inside of Spillers of Lee, trying to take back 4th place. 2 to go for Brian Janes. He could get out and push the car around from here. 4-car battle back to turn 1. Spillers, Bradley, Barker, and Matt Janes. Those 4 cars to decide second through the top 5. They'll be the final cars in the lead lap. 1 to go for Brian Janes. Brian Janes down the backstretch looking for his 9th feature win of the year. Into turn number 3 and 4. Hands up. Here comes your feature winner. 9th feature win of the season for Brian Janes in the Dreamsicle. He wraps up the season the way he wanted to. Wanted to win this one badly. Wanted the track record badly. Got all of it tonight. Here comes the race for second. It's going to be Ryan Spiller second. Then Bradley, Barker, Matt Janes. That's your top 5. Everybody else's laps down. And the local boys come through 1 through 5 in this one. Thanks so much to Vore's Welding and Thanks so much to Vore's Welding and Steel for putting on this series, and what a great race they brought us tonight. A huge field of cars, 25 strong, and everybody giving their kudos to race winner Brian Janes. Ryan Spillers was so far back in second, you got to wonder if he knew for sure that Brian won the thing. But down to the start-finish line, here's your top 2. Brian Janes the winner, Ryan Spillers second, Jacob Bradley third. We got mini stocks coming up next.